Good morning, Bill Gross calling. And I get asked a lot, I want an appointment, what do I do next? Whether or not it's a listing appointment and you have five other agents lined up to compete with you, or you don't know if you have any, or it's a recruiting or attraction appointment, any appointment, the time we spend is so valuable. The opportunity is so great because we're meeting people, we're interacting with them. Every single appointment we go on, there's three things you should do the next day. I should say there's a phone call you should make the next day with three steps. You should always make the three-step phone call. Now, I also am a big fan of the handwritten note card. And the power of that is if you can pre-address a card before you go in the appointment, and then you write out just a few lines after the appointment and include one line that references what you discussed. It was great learning about your swim practice. It was great learning about your kids. It was great learning about your vacation. And you put a note card in the mail right away. It's pre-stamped in a card, pre-addressed, very powerful. But if you didn't do that, you should always call the next day. And when you get them on the phone, there's three things you're going to say. It's what I call the three-step follow-up phone call. Now, if you call them and they don't answer the phone, you really should call them back again later because you want to have this conversation rather than leave a message. And I would try a third time, only leaving a message with the three steps after the third attempt. These are the three steps in that phone call. When you call the next day after appointment, you always say, number one, Bill, thanks so much for your time yesterday. I really enjoyed spending time with you. I really enjoyed meeting with you. I really enjoyed getting a chance to meet with you and your family, whatever's true. And then you say it with a downswing and you pause and you let them answer you. The more they talk, the smarter they think you are. Whenever I've ever said to somebody that sentence, thank you so much for your time yesterday, I enjoyed meeting you, and stopped, they always say, oh, well, thank you, we enjoyed your time too, blah, 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 blah. You want them to get back into that experience of what it's like to be with you, particularly if you're in a competitive environment. The next thing you say after they're done, you let them go on and get it all out, all those good feelings. I was also calling to see if there's any questions that came up after I left. Anything? I know you said not to call you till next week. I know you said you're not making a decision until next week, but I just want to see if any questions after my presentation that I can help answer. Now, occasionally they'll pop out the objections they have. If they met with another agent, a little lower commission, they'll give you a chance to handle the commission objection. Or if they're not ready to make a decision, they'll tell you how they're overwhelmed with all the ideas. This is your chance to handle the objection and go deep with them. Find out what's behind it, how they feel about it, get all their thoughts out of the way. Are there any other questions they have? You don't want to answer them right away. You want to get all the questions out of their system. And then the third thing on your call is always, what's the next step? Now, the next step might be you're meeting with them again tomorrow. I'm going to pop by again today. Well, let's handle those issues when we get together again. Or the next could be, you know what, those are great questions, but there's quite a bit to there to unpack. I'd like to send you some material. Do you have about 5 or 10 minutes now to go over that if they're not ready to make a decision today, right? So, or you can handle the objections. And then again, the third thing is closing for the next step. What is that next step? So again, let me recap because I covered it quickly. Number one, always thank them for their time. Use a downswing in the tonality when you end, and stop and pause and let them answer you. Number two, ask for any questions that came up between the time you're on the phone now and the time that you met. And you want to get them all out. You want to give them time to talk. You want to take notes. Great. So if you have a question about the objections or anything else that you want to know about, get it all out. And the third is close for the next logical step. Going back to the house, I'd like to go back again, take some pictures, I'd like to go back again and sit down and show you what I think about it, what we can do to improve things, whatever that is, whatever the next logical step is. Let's meet again for a Zoom call. If it's attraction, let's get together with my sponsor. We'll walk you through the commission plan. So the three steps: one, thank them for their time, down slope, pause. Two, get the questions out. Three, close for the next logical step. And I assure you, if you do this three-step phone call the next day, every time, the earlier the better, get on the phone right away, the earlier the better, you will make your time spent with customers more productive. Have a great day.